and gentlemen, and welcome to the Primetime Newscast in the English language on Canal International. I'm called Morinzi and Major Stories. Greater involvement of the private sector through the amelioration of the business climate, like structural reforms, are ways that can help boost economies of CEMAC states alongside contain the economic effects of COVID-19. Major declaration of current president of the CEMAC chair, President Paul Biya, as he opens the session today in Yaoundé. And Cameroon, a Ministry of Transport, has adopted digital instructions as control mechanisms to inter-urban transportation caution over speeding and reduce road accidents. And the different groups for the Total Energy African Cup of Nations are now known the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon will battle with Burkina Faso, Ethiopia, and Cape Verde in Group A. Those are major stories. The details right ahead.
Canal International.
Good evening once more. Greater involvement in the private sector through the amelioration of the business climate, like structural reforms, are ways that can help boost economies of CEMAC states alongside contain the economic effects of COVID-19. Major prescription by the current president of Conference of Heads of States of the Central African Economies and Monetary Community, Paul Biya, during the opening session today in Yaoundé. Beatrice Ngamo reports.
Despite the efforts this far by CEMAC countries to contain the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic, the effect still very heavy. While Paul Biya, the current president of the Conference of Heads of State, lauded his fears to intensify efforts through vaccination, which now stands at about 5% in the sub-region, as it is the surest way to contain the spread of the pandemic. Chairing the head of states of Central African Economic and Monetary Community CEMAC Summit in Yaoundé, capital of Cameroon, via video conference, Paul Biya said the business climate needs to be improved upon in the sub-region, as it will ensure the involvement of the private sector. Adding, CEMAC countries need to accelerate structural reforms if they want to boost their economies and free themselves from the hooks of the COVID-19 pandemic. And the states cannot do this alone without partnering with the private actors. The extraordinary CEMAC Head of States Conference via video conference witnessed the participation of 5 out of the 6 heads of state. This alongside the representatives of the International Monetary Fund, the African Development Bank, the World Bank, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Congo. Discussions in Cameroon also on the evaluation of the macroeconomic situation in the CEMAC zone under the grip of the COVID-19 pandemic, in a bid to come out with recovery measures. To take the CEMAC zone from the fluctuations in the international market, they need to focus on industrialization. Normal, in his opening discourse, for Paul Biya to salute the memory of former late Chadian President Idriss Déby Itno, whom he described as defender of the African and sub-regional culture.
Now, the current extraordinary summit comes during a moment or after that organized at the Unity Palace in Yaoundé on November 22, 2019 under the theme Renew of the Economic, Monetary and Financial Situation in the CEMAC zone and analysis of its prospects. President Paul Biya by then stated that CEMAC member states had the obligation to accelerate sub-regional integration through the effective implementation of the free movement of people and goods. We'll certainly come back to what happened today at the Unity Palace on CEMAC states. And Cameroon Ministry of Transport has adopted digital mechanisms to inter-urban transportation caution over speeding and reduce road accidents. The new AVTRO project unveiled to transport stakeholders this Wednesday in Yaoundé will go a long way to sensitize road users, especially in the insurance aspect. The details with Beatrice Ngamo.
Statistics from the World Health Organization have proven that 2 out of 3 persons who die during road accidents is as a result of negligence and late intervention from the medical teams. With the recent deplorable cases of accidents on the Cameroon national roads, the Ministry of Transport continue to embark on stringent measures to combat the phenomenon. In a sensitization workshop this Wednesday in Yaoundé, public transport owners and road users are challenged to adhere to the AVTR project, a new initiative geared towards promoting quick medical intervention during accidents.
To put in place a more rapid and efficient intervention system, a health intervention system that's going to be at the assistance of accident victims on our highways. We should not lose Cameroonians owing to poor management of their health situation when they are found in accident scenario. So today,
the new system, experts insist, will ensure both vehicle owners and road users fully master and control their insurance situation.
A system that will efficiently make a passenger to feel at ease when he has to travel, to know that whatever happens, he will be taken care of. Thank you.
The Director of Road Transport urges hospitals, the National Gendarmerie, police forces and elements of the Ministry of Territorial Administration to fully implement this tool and reduce road accidents to the barest minimum. To benefit from the new system, passengers will be expected to buy the AVTR card for an extra sum of 500 francs once they find themselves in the traveling agency.
And last, construction roads on the Komiseng, a stretch of road in Yaoundé that has been of great hindrance to inhabitants, has gone operational. Housing and Urban Development Minister launched the road Wednesday. In Yaoundé, contractors are expected to deliver the roads within 18 months, as we hear in the following story.
Dust and mud will soon be a thing of the past to the population of the Komiseng neighborhood in Yaoundé. The long-awaited construction works on the 7 kilometers and 15 kilometers road linking the Essos Government Bilingual High School conjunction through Komiseng to Elever, finally launched Tuesday by the Minister of Urban Development and Housing, Celestine Kecha-Cortez.
I'm very proud to launch this morning the promises of the head of state to population of Oyomaba and Komiseng. Things were not easy. Since 2016, when it is a project of cooperation, international cooperation, there are too much procedure. And the head of state were there to support us to push, and to come through.
The population received this relief news with enormous excitement. I am very happy of the road. I was not able to wear some of my dresses because of too much dust and mud. Most often, we even fall from the bikes. So we are very happy. After 5 years of deplorable state of roads, the mayor of Yaoundé 5 municipal says the project will give to Komiseng a new look.
We are very grateful for having given all the instruction in order to start this important project. We want to assure the company to our total support so that work will be done easily and could be ended next year as it had been prevented.
The road is expected to be delivered between a period of 18 months.
Traditional rulers of the northwest region of Cameroon have been called upon to mobilize their subjects and campaign for school reopening in their respective villages. The call is from the president of the House of Chiefs at the opening of a week-long meeting with traditional rulers of the 7 divisions of the region this Wednesday, though it is likely to be challenging the custodians of tradition from Amezem, to whom this first day was dedicated, to has promised to do their best. Regional delegates and technical ministerial departments and heads of judicial affairs division at the governor's office presented exposés on certain topics bordering on the functions and activities of traditional rulers. We'll come back to that in subsequent editions of the news. With a growing number of cancer cases today, and taking into the fact that more women are vulnerable to the disease, and coupled with the high cost of treatment, Miss Cameroon Northwest Region 2021 has taken upon herself to put smiles on the faces of women suffering from cancer. The details in the following story.
These women have been battling with all forms of cancer for many years now.
I'm still passing through it, and I know God will see me through.
Each patient's journey, though, has some common traits: strength, determination, persistence, and sense of hope in the battle against cancer. They tell their stories for the benefit of others.
With the treatment, I'll be able to stand up back on my feet. Even give stress to my family and the rest, even my own children.
It is to feel your pain that Miss Cameroon Northwest 2021 is visiting cancer patients. Cameroon Oncology Center, a medical facility situated at the west entrance to Douala. She hugs and gives reason to continuously fight against the deadly disease. Acho Marion also offered little gift bags containing turbans to help accentuate their beauty and self-confidence.
As a child, I saw my aunties die miserably from this disease, and it left an indelible mark in my heart. So discovering the Cameroon Oncology Center and knowing it's the only one in West Africa that actually does radiotherapy, this motivated me to come here, tour the place and see actually what they have. I decided to take on the turbans because, women suffering from cancer do have alopecia, that means loss of hair.
The most important thing that we do here is radiation therapy, and radiation therapy is actually a treatment method for cancer which seems to be the best because there are other treatments like chemotherapy, surgery, but radiation therapy is needed to completely eliminate the cancer tumor.
Being the first computerized medical center in the entire West Africa, the center makes use of linear accelerator to destroy cancer cells.
And the Cameroon National Anti-Corruption Commission has this August 17 launched its this August 18 launch its Back to School campaign with the aim of reaching out and sensitizing more students and pupils. Kejan Henry Atembe completes the story.
The chairman of the National Anti-Corruption Commission, Reverend Dr. Diodene Masingams, has flagged off a nationwide campaign dubbed Corruption-Free 2021-2022 Back to School. The campaign was launched on August 18, 2021 on the campus of Government Bilingual High School Daidu in Douala. Addressing officials of the delegation of Education and of Vocational Training and the press, Dr. Masingams painted a very gloomy picture of how corruption in the education sector has stifled development. Cheating, mismanagement of PTA levies, misappropriation of school property, bribery for enrollment of students, postings and appointments, falsification and reduction of ages, bribery for masks, sexual harassment are some of the things Dr. Masingams mentioned. On a very bitter note, Dr. Masingams has promised hard times for corrupt officials as CONAC embarks on a repressive phase. When all was said and done, the anti-corruption boss handed over anti-corruption gadgets to the officials before proceeding to set the salvo by pasting the gadgets on campus of Government Bilingual High School Daidu.
The Northwest musical world is bereaved. Solo Tebo alias Raw Tebo of Batibo extraction died over the weekend in Douala after suffering from a stroke. Funeral arrangements are afoot at a family residence in Bamenda in the northwest region of Cameroon. More in the following story.
The death has been reported of Northwest musical artist Tebo Solo alias Roi Solo. Family members in Bamenda, like his nephew who sat by him in hospital, say he died on Sunday in a clinic in Douala after suffering from stroke for the second time.
For the past few months again, he had a second attack of a stroke. And the stroke attacked him on the second floor where he was recording his music. He was on the staircase and he fell off the staircase. So he was injured and still had the same stroke.
At the Tarinkon Bamenda residents of Tebo Rufene and Tebo Paola, it is a heavy atmosphere that reigns at the start of the week.
In the world of music, we know that it's also going to be missing that part. And also in the family, to miss somebody, losing somebody like a musician, which we don't even know who can replace him in the family, it's a very big loss for us. Basibo's sons and daughters are broke by the disappearance of the 52-year-old portly gentleman who, through his music, promoted the culture of the Mogamo people of Momo Division.
I saw in the social media, then before one of my junior sister come and tell me that Solo is dead. So I felt very bad. A
caring father of 3, Solo Tebo personally took care and was even everywhere with his 2 daughters, whom he already introduced into music after divorcing with a wife, Glory. The corpse is presently at the Bamenda Regional Hospital mortuary, pending funeral arrangements.
And may his soul rest in perfect peace. And we've come to the end of this edition of News on Canal de International. Thanks so much for watching, but don't go away. We'll have news in the French language coming up at 7:50. This Never Senkan with Alain Gislain Kanga. As for me, I'll be back here tomorrow, another edition.